Hello, everyone. Welcome today to another edition of Ottawa International Food and Book Expo video podcast. We're here today because we have an amazing guest who is an exhibitor at the recent edition of the Ottawa International Food and Book Expo to talk about her fabulous book and her experiences at the event. So take it away, Santos.
Rabbi Nyajesus Duen did her studies for theology and started her ministry, God's Coming Kingdom International. She was interested to know about the mark of the beast, 666, and that which led her into a 15-year-long study until she found out the meaning of the numbers and who the beast was and is. Now she is teaching and traveling. Her latest book, Queen of Kings, Empress Nyajesus Nyayecu, elect of God of the Kingdom of Canaan, United Afro States, Southern Sudan, Wakanda, Hebrew Israelites, True Biblical History Origin. Embark on a regal journey with Empress Nyajesus Nyayecu, chosen by the divine as the elect of God to reign over the Kingdom of Canaan and the United Afro States, including Southern Sudan and Wakanda. Witness her majestic rule and the splendor of her kingdom. Thank you so much, Rebecca, for joining us today and sharing with us this wonderful book you've written.
Awesome. Thank you very much, for Rebecca, for coming on our podcast today. You know, as we know, the Ottawa International Food and Book and Expo, we just had our edition, April the 27th and the 28th for the Ottawa International Food and Book Expo. It was our effort to bring together diversity of voices, experiences, and perspectives, and what we were planning to have as a beautiful celebration of the Canadian Mosaic and a beautiful celebration of, Canada's spirit of tolerance in terms of bringing together people of all backgrounds, authors, artisans, and food vendors. We incorporated food as a part of the show, particularly this year, because food, in our view, was to provide a festive backdrop to our celebration of bringing communities together. So with that said, we're definitely enthusiastic to hear about what your experiences of the event and as an exhibitor, and then get into more in terms of your book, your upcoming book, which sounds like a fabulous book, and maybe some of your experiences and what inspired you to write your book. So what's your thoughts on your experiences of the event, Rebecca?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really glad that you asked that question, because I think the event was so wonderful. I have had a very good time, even the first day on the 27th, and I see my coworkers, my friends, they were doing great. They loved the event, and we can wait for the next year to join again. So it was really amazing. You organized it very well, and the team was great. So we love that. Yeah.
Fantastic, awesome. And you also had participated in our panel discussions, including the panel discussions about natural health, naturopathy, and how people can be better, live stronger. So what was your experience of being a panelist on that, to discuss that and have inspiring words for the people who want to know how to feel better and live more healthy, productive lives?
Yeah, that was really nice. The panel was really great, and the health issues that we have here in Canada and all over the world was really good to talk about it. I really enjoyed that, and I got a feedback from many people also that were saying, yeah, the topic is great, and they enjoyed it, and they wanted to hear more about it, because the health they understand is really a great topic to talk about it. We have to really get into our health issue and figure out how we can deal with this, including joining the health industry, especially those who are producing food, health food for vegetarian and veganism, and everything was so great, and I can wait to do it again. Yeah, I love that.
Awesome. So we definitely look forward to you being exhibiting next year in 2025. What sort of any sort of feedback that you received from people that came to your kiosk that stood out in terms of people who coming talking about the event, or your kiosk in particular? Any sort of comments that came particularly to mind in terms of your experience?
Yeah, a lot of comments came to us. People were saying they were really proud. They were saying that the event that you organized, you organized it well, and they were glad to be a part of it. Everybody enjoyed it. It really was a very good event. Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. That's great. Yeah, because that's our intent, to bring people together, communities, all diversities together. And definitely. So definitely it was great for you to be at the event and to share all your inspirations from your book and in terms of your experiences as well. So what sort of inspired you to write your book? What was your source of inspiration?
Yeah, the source of inspiration is based on the history of Ethiopia. Not only in Ethiopia, but the Solomonic dynasty or the kingdom in Ethiopia that has been there for a long time, in 12th century, and even before that, because it was started by Solomon and Queen of Sheba. And it date back from the Israelites or Hebrew history. So has been, well, I can say because I'm a descendant of the kingdom, and I've been here in Canada since I was younger. And the kingdom has been removed in 1974 in Ethiopia, but it has been in South Sudan because it have many branches. So the branch of Sudan has been operating there in Sudan. And because Sudan too have issues of these political issues we have been dealing with. So we, as a royal family, has been scattered, has been sent abroad. So that's what has been inspiring me. And there has been a change. Those who have been in the royal family in Sudan, they have been moved on. And in 2022, Her Majesty Mary, the Queen Mary, passed away, and she's my mother who was in the throne, and I became the heir. And yet I am here because the situation in Sudan and Ethiopia politically has not changed. But I have been encouraged that now is the time for me to take the role. And before I return, this story have to go through the world, have to be spread. So I've been working on this book because in 2015, they told me, you have to come back. You have to come to see us. You've gone for so long, but we need you now because Sudan has been divided. Now there is South Sudan and there is North Sudan. And Ethiopia has been going through her transformation since 1974, and nothing has been working. So now we really do need you. And I went back in 2015. I went back. I visited Ethiopia. I spoke with people there. I did establish the ministry. And then in 2017, they called me back too. I went there. There has been so many issues in Sudan because of the civil war that started in 2013. So I started working on the book in 2015. After on the return, when I returned back, when I visit them there in Africa. And then in 2019, they called me back to go back to Ethiopia, and also at the African Union conference that happened in Addis Ababa. I was called into the meeting because the vice president of Southern Sudan has been put in jail for a long time. He was living in South Africa. And then I have to work with a team in Geneva, Switzerland, and a Donald Trump team there in America. So doing some negotiation about how it's going to be released, which was, thank God, it did work out. He was released in 2019. And then I had to travel to Khartoum in Sudan. And then I had a meeting with the team there in Khartoum. And then I had to return back. That's when the COVID happened in 2020.
Yes.
So I spent like 9 months in Ethiopia, and also I had to go to Sudan. So the situation now is that I am the heir of the throne, and the thing are not working, and the people want me to go there, but the message has to go through because I've been here and I am in North America, and there is a lot of things going on that I mentioned, I talk about in the book. So there is a process to this, and that's why I am here. That's why.
So your book is like somewhat of a memoir about your sort of experiences and your, going from Ethiopia and South Sudan and coming to Canada. Is that sort of a part of your book?
Actually, it's not a part of my book. It's not included on this book. This book is going back to the history, basically, because there's
okay,
like back in the time.
Yeah,
Okay.
I have to.
Then. It's a historical book.
Yes.
Okay.
It's really historical book because I have seen the reason why there is a thing that are going on politically. Is I seen that is a lack of knowledge of who the people are. So they don't really know and understand what has been going on for a century. So they have to learn the knowledge. They have to have a basic knowledge and understand who they are. So this is like a history book about me, also about the people of African descent all over the world.
Oh, I see. Okay, then. So you're trying to, so I guess, a lot of times, people are inundated with history from certain sources and there's a dearth of information about Africa, so that people misperceive it as some place that is primitive when it has a rich history of civilizations and kingdoms which were far in advance of Europe. So you're sort of helping to fill the gap of the missing parts of African history that people don't know about.
Bringing back the glory.
Right.
What really happened.
Absolutely. This book is go back to the beginning of time, basically, because I have a background of the Bible and the study of the theology. So it's a part of religious study, also a historical study about African people and all human beings of the earth. I bring everything together and sum this up in this title or this book. It's not a big book, but I put a lot of things, a lot of information into it that I think is going to help the people understand and open their eyes and realize what is going on. And also I talk about the Solomonic dynasty that the people think is already gone, 1974, but they have no idea that it actually exists there in Sudan. So that is a part of this that is going on. Yes.
So could you remind people watching this program or listening to it, what is the title of your book and when do you think it will be available?
The title is Queen of Kings, Empress Nyajesus Nyayecu, elect of God of the Kingdom of Canaan, United Afro States, Southern Sudan, Wakanda. And it's already available.
Okay, awesome.
Available since April the 18th. So it's already available worldwide. Yes.
Fantastic. So we'll be putting a link below this interview so that people can immediately check out and hopefully buy your book and see a part of history that they have not experienced before. Yeah. So that's what we're going to be doing. So people will be able to definitely immediately buy your book. And your book also, we were talking before about the number 666. Is that a part of the book, or is that something that's just a part of your experiences?
Yes, I have a book would be released too. It's not a part of this book. So this book I separated from this book. So I didn't include it on this. So it's coming soon, and you can people can ask me about that. I can talk about it a little bit, but it's not in the book.
Oh, I see. Okay, then. So yeah, so just thought, just to segue for a little tiny bit. So what was some of your insights about 666 and its significance to our? That's the mark of the beast, as a lot of people know about. It's linked to Armageddon, sort of demonic entities, like a warning. You know, a lot of people were talking about mark of the beast and stuff like that, and relatively more recently. So what is your insight on 666, and how does that relate to the experiences that people have nowadays? Because I know that, you know, there seems to be more talk of war. There's more social injustice, oppression. You know, how does 666 relate to what is going on and the experiences that people have, whether it's stuff on the news or things in their own life?
Yes, absolutely. This is it's something to do with everything when you think about it. But the only situation is that all the scholars, the religious leaders have been seeking to understand this for a long time. And when I began my study, my studies began in 2003. And at that time, I was doing music and I was really young. My passion is music. I released my first album in 2000 called Crying for Freedom. You can also find it on YouTube and everywhere. So I was doing modeling. I also was one of the background actor at the Confession of the Teenager Drama Queen by Lindsay Lohan. So I was doing a lot of things at that time until this come to well, I'm a dreamer. I do have visions and dreams. So God told me, or God gave me a vision and said, no, this is not the way. I want you to learn something. And you have to go to theology to learn some secret things that going on the earth. So that's when my journey began on studying theology and find out. And for my surprise, I didn't know that people were looking for this 666 until I began the research. And I found out it's just a big topic that many books have been wrote according to this. And there is still no solution even today. And even though I learned the truth about it, I haven't been known. I'm not a known person. I'm still been hidden person or somebody that nobody knows. So that's what's going on. So 666 is Revelation chapter 12, Revelation chapter 13. It's go depth into not only that, Ezekiel 37, 38, 39. It's go all over the Bible, basically. And it's not only a one religious thing, it's a combination of everything and humanity and all things involved into this.
Okay. So you're also like very aware of numerology and those kind of things. Like each numbers have certain things.
The calculation basically. They said calculated according to a rule. You can calculate it according to Latin or calculate it according, but it's not about calculation really. We did that too. We try to do it according to how human knowledge acquired or is, but this is a godly knowledge. It cannot be understood or understand according to God mind. I mean, human mind has to be a God way, yes, to understand it.
Interesting. And Ray, sorry, I wanted to, like, I don't know if this is appropriate.
Yeah.
Ray, sometimes you say you kind of see that number, like a similar number, like 666 sometimes. And I was wondering, like, is there any connection, like seeing recurring? I see 1111 a lot. Is there any kind of connection with the spirituality? What are your thoughts on that, Rebecca? Just you're getting your expert opinion. If you're seeing recurring numbers.
The question is directed to me?
Yes. Sorry.
Yes.
Okay, I will repeat the question again. I didn't hear it.
Oh, sorry about that. No, I was just wondering, like, sometimes, Ray sees the number 666.
Yeah.
Like, wherever you go, it could be something random. It could be like a license plate number or something like, innocuous place, like a price of something, or sometimes I see 11:11 a lot. Like I just randomly look at the clock and it's 11:11. I was just wondering if you think there's some kind of connection with the higher spirit realm and us trying to inform us or guide us in any way, and your thoughts on that.
Yes. Yeah, it's happened when you're seeing those numbers. It's something to do in your mind, because when you think about this number a lot, you can see these kind of signs. But it's really nothing to do exactly about the number itself.
Mm-hmm.
It's a hidden knowledge. It's a hidden thing.
Okay.
We thought that too. We thought that it could be a number 666. You can see somewhere on things. It happened like that too, but it's really not about that at all. Yeah.
Awesome. Yes. So what are there sort of activities, like how does one are you involved in any sort of community initiatives that you're trying to inspire? Like as a rabbi, like how long I didn't quite get to ask this yet. How long have you been a rabbi, and how are people listening and watching who are inspired by your words, and are there sort of community initiatives that you're sort of championing, or did you think that people should get involved in? How can people listening to you and being inspired by your words sort of engage themselves in the community in a way which they can get involved with, as far as, any insight? Are there any insights you have on that? Or is there community activities that you're seeking to promote? Anything at all in terms of motivating people spiritually who listen and watch this program?
Yes, absolutely. It's a good question. My mission has been actually going overseas in Africa. I did establish the ministry in Ethiopia and Sudan, also in Cairo, Egypt. So now that I am here, I wanted to establish it here by doing some event that I can speak up now that the book is available. I can, because the second book is also going to be available soon. So what I can do is, for those who want to learn, I'm going to be creating some programs, some event. They can come and I can speak to them and make them understand what is going on.
Awesome. So you have one book that's that they can buy, or is it just one book, or is it another book that's coming, or?
Yeah. The book that is talking about this topic about the mark of the beast is going to be available, yes.
Oh, okay.
It's already done. It's already written, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But it's not public yet, yes.
Interesting.
Oh, I see. Okay. So you have one book that we'll be promoting the link to at the bottom of this podcast. And then you have another book on 666, which is upcoming.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. And do you have a title of that for you to look at, or will that be a surprise and we'll interview you when that comes out?
The title is The Mark of the Beast and the Mark of Yeshua, because the people don't understand that when you talk about the mark of the beast, God himself have his own mark, because the word mark is mean a sign. It's a sign, it's a seal of authority.
Okay.
If the beast have a sign or a seal of authority, you could be sure that God does have a seal. So this is the title of it, and is revealing not only the mark of the beast or the seal of the beast, but also the mark of God or the seal of God.
Awesome. That's fantastic. So definitely very inspirational.
Yes.
Are there sort of any sort of area related to your book or your experience of the Expo that you didn't get to communicate, you would like to express for our listeners out there who are listening to this podcast? Any sort of areas that we didn't cover yet?
Yeah, not yet. It's basically not available anywhere yet.
Okay.
I'm dealing with this new book that is just released, and after that I can go to this chapter of this topic.
Okay, awesome. That's fantastic. So yeah, so definitely people are going to be definitely most anticipating your upcoming book. And definitely, as I mentioned before, we're going to be posting a link to your current book so that people can get, for just joining us, perspective on Africa from a critical standpoint that they haven't gotten before because of African history has been, definitely marginalized in terms of how when people talk about history. A lot of people know about what's going on in Canada, the States, or Europe, but not necessarily. Africa has been a bit of a, enigma because of a lack of coverage on that.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. A knowledge you have to only gain when you search for it, and you cannot ask other people to teach you, or they can teach you when you want to, but your history belongs to you, and you have the right to seek it out yourself. As our people been looking for the truth is only can be found within us, and it have to be defined through our history. So I really don't blame other races for anything at all.
That's
but
good.
They already know the truth, and they want us to wake up into the truth and find out ourselves. Because the God who created everything is a God of all mankind. And He wake up other people in this earth, and He can wake us up too and reveal the truth to us. So this is directed to African people basically, but it's actually for all races, because we are one. You see, the what is going on in this world is a lack of knowing each other, including other people or other mankind. We think we are different. But reading this book, I think, is going to wake many people up, that we not as different as we think or we thought or we've been told. We can go back to Genesis. We can go back to all prophets, all the messengers that the Lord has sent in this earth. They're talking about the same thing. So this book is actually mentioned many, many things in this earth. And I talk about many issues and many things that can be dealt with. Yeah, absolutely. I cannot talk or reveal more because I have to give people a chance to go and find out or read the book. Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah, we don't want to give away, any sort of anything revealing about it, but we want to inspire people to read the full context in your book and get the insight necessary for them to move forward. Because if you take things out of context, then it can distort your ability to be inspired by the full breadth of the knowledge.
Right.
Awesome. So thank you very much, Rebecca, for taking time to come with us and joining us for Ottawa International Food and Book Expo presents. We're definitely looking forward to your upcoming book, as well as inspiring other people to check out your book that's up and already available. Just click the link below and check out a very important book written by Rabbi Rebecca about about a missing history that everybody should be aware about. So thank you very much, Rabbi Rebecca, for coming on, joining us in the show.